Alright, good morning everyone. Welcome to Friday. Ooh, latency is pretty good now. Looks like Eamon overslept, probably staying up late watching the interview I did last night. Well, not interview, but I was on Backlog Battler, Carl's show last night, discussing gaming news. I really enjoy that show. Carl's a nice guy, cool guy. I don't know why he likes to have me on. I feel like sometimes I don't bring a ton of value to the conversation, especially because he's played way more games than I have as an adult. And often he's like, have you played these games? And then I have to say something like, nope. Or it's in my backlog or something like that. But seems not mind it, so I will keep going on. I'll keep discussing news with him. He's a cool dude. And I really enjoy it. Can't scan those for some reason. Weird. Alright, I think we got some, yeah, got some of this stuff going on. Is that it? Or is there one more? There's one more. Playing off of instinct. Coming back to Prime 1 is just like riding a bike. These little graboids down here. I thought it would be oh, it is not pirate lore. Oh, we're timed. The green. I wondered why they were color-coded. Yeah, I really enjoyed going on Carl's show. One, because he knows a lot about gaming history, and so that's good to know. The first time I was on the show, we discussed the gaming crash. What was that, in the 70s and 80s, and basically how it basically created modern day gaming as we know it. So that was fun. And then since then, we've done gaming news together. And the second time I was on, he basically broke down why all these layoffs were happening. And, you know, as someone who definitely leans more conservative on a lot of cultural and political things, it's very easy for people of my mindset to just be like, oh, it's DEI, stuff like that going on that's causing the backlash, and that's why games are worse. And I will say I do believe that's part of it. Not in the sense of what is being preached, but just in the sense of there seems to be this idea that I've known about for a long time because I grew up in a conservative Christian family, and the idea of like the message is all that's important, so therefore you should preach the message as much as you can, even if it costs you a good story or a good game. But anyway, I feel like there's some of that going on with the gaming space. and that what is most important is the message. I don't have any missiles. What is this? Oh, okay, I need a power bomb. Or what is most important in anything in the art is the message itself, and if the art doesn't communicate the message, then it's a quote-unquote bad piece of art. When the reality is, if you focus on creating a quality piece of art, the message itself will be more impactful, even if you think you're not being as like heavy-handed with it. Like if you're wondering to yourself, oh man, if I don't say it this way, will people actually get it? It's like, yeah, some people might not get it unless you like really hammer them over the head with it. But those who do get it, it'll be more impactful. But yeah, I think some of that's going on in the gaming industry for sure. But there's also a lot of business malpractice and a lot of business bloat that's happened over the decades. That's led us to this point where, you know, a lot of AAA game studios are running unsustainable business models. What do we got here? Gotta get the X-ray visor. Aha! I was like that. Nice little interaction there. One of the few parts of this game where the environment interacts with the creatures in that way. Would have been nice if they did more of that, because, you know, add some nice complexity to the game, but unfortunately it's not what we got. Oh, I guess I didn't need to use a super missile. Oops. Did I just use a charge shot? No. I did a little suicide thing there. What are these things called again? A Magmoor. Oh. Kind of going back to the message thing, as much as I find the business practices interesting and definitely worth looking into when it comes to like why the gaming industry is where it is, I do feel that art in general, particularly video games, have a, what do I want to say? It's like they're influential, that's what I'm trying to say. Gaming industry is bigger than Hollywood. My generation grew up with games, and every generation from that point on has now been influenced by the games that we play. And to only say that games are toys, kids grow out of them, and they're not as influential as books and movies when it comes to cultural perspectives and things like that. I think that is foolish. It is naive to basically say like it doesn't matter what types of stories games promote because they're for kids. I think is extremely foolhardy. Which is, you know, one of my main motivations. Like I'm a dad. I have 3 kids. 3 young boys who are getting into games themselves, and I'm quite snobbish when it comes to the types of games I want them to play and the types of stories I want them to experience. Oops, 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 oops. Like, as they get older, obviously, I'll have less and less control of that, but I want to give them, like, a firm baseline in what I would consider to be quality stories and quality games. And what I mean by quality is not just a game that has not just good a story I agree with, but is well built. Yeah, there's two fronts to this for me. There's what the game story is communicating and how the game is built. If the game is built in a way that kind of hacks your brain and gives you dopamine hits and whatnot, in a way that's, you know, not healthy or keeps drawing the player back without giving them any little value to their brain or thought process, then to me I'm just like, no. My kids will not have a cell phone or be exposed to those types of gacha games for a long, long time. Seek the Sky. How's it going? Yes, I made sure to check the box that said extra low latency. And because no one was here, I decided to just rant about whatever I wanted to talk about. How's it going? Thanks for joining. I believe we're close to the part where I experience the Phazon mine soon. I love the parts in games when, you know, you make it, you're very clearly going in a new direction, like in Phendrana Drifts, and then, you know, you're making progress, and then it spits you out back at a place you've already been. And then you have to stop and think to yourself, wait a minute, did I miss the path forward? Or should I, what's going on here? What do I need to do? It's kind of like a trademark of these of Metroidvania design. Like you make progress in one area for such a long time, and then all of a sudden it spits you out, and then you have the freedom to kind of explore and maybe go back to areas and clean things up, or just find your way. It's what we mean when we say non-linear. There is a right way to go, but you can get about it in many ways. Alright. Now, I believe I need to get somewhere. It spat me out here. I believe it wants me to go back to the Chozo ruins. I do not have the ice beam yet. No. Ice beam is acquired in... is it the Chozo ruins? I have the thermal visor and I have the wave beam. Hang on. This is Talon Canyon. Okay, can't get the ice beam. The ice beam won't help me there. There's this area, but... no. There. Yeah, right there. That's where I need to go. I believe. I gotta get there before the hint system kicks in. Do 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 do. A reflection pool somewhere. I forget what you're referring to. I'm sorry. Zzz. Power our way through. Yes. Haha. Gotta pull off some sweet half-pipe tricks. Oh, that's right, you also need the, their way of making sure, double making sure you can't sequence break this. I'm pretty sure the ice beam is at the top of this. Could be wrong. Definitely need the gravity suit to come back here. Or maybe I'm wrong. Climate analysis complete. Abnormally low temperatures in the ruin site. Oh, maybe I'm right. Nope, I'm totally wrong. I was right to go to the Chozo ruins. Fighting the elemental trooper is going to be a pain and a half with these janky controls. I think it'll be fine. Listen, I got through Prime 2 and 3 with these janky controls. Oh, this is the wave, the super wave missile thingy, which is pretty cool. I do not regret coming here. Oh man. I remember very clearly once as a kid coming to this spot and getting to the top and being one missile short and not having any way to get the missiles without jumping down again. Yeah. Let's hope the game doesn't freeze. See, this guy says, in my opinion, the Wavebuster is the coolest charge combo. Too bad Prime 2 never had any sustained charge combos. Yeah, this one is the coolest. How do I use it? Do I just... Yeah! Alright, let's not waste it. I need more missiles. Whoa. Totally worth it. Prime 2, I'm glad I replayed that first. I had not played that game in a long time. It is a good game. Prime 3 was okay. Yes, more missiles. I forgot that those guys also function as, like, health pickups. Alright, here we go. Ready? Watch. Boom. Oh man, I shouldn't have done that. don't think I can get that missile upgrade, I think, until... I don't know. We'll see. Should have used the super... I needed to use a super missile on that thing. Let's get some missiles. From the bees. Any missiles? 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 No one wants to give me missiles? There we go. I'll just destroy their bee home. Yay! How do I get there? Do. War wasps have from stinging you to firing blue lasers. Can't make up their mind. That's what Phazon does. It changes their anatomy to fire blue lasers instead of have stingers, which kind of makes no sense, but whatever. Alright, I gotta go all the way over there. Alright, so we're gonna go north, or whatever that place was. Just getting hang of the map controls. I'm pretty sure if I go in there, I can't go farther because I need the grappling beam. Also, the ram warwasp only appears... Yes. Yes, it does. And if you miss that scan, you're out of luck. This was back when games really had a lot of teeth to them, and if you missed something, you had to start a whole new save file. I remember my first time going for 100% on as a kid. I missed Ridley. I scanned him, then something happened and I died, and then I tried to beat him again, and I beat him, and then saved it, and then checked my scans, and it was just like I totally missed it and couldn't go back. You know, they didn't no save states, no save files here. That was annoying. I don't mind that in games like this, where, I mean, it is frustrating for sure, but all I'm saying is, you know, Metroid Prime, these games, they're meant to be played multiple times. You're supposed to get in there, play it again. And learn what you need so that next time it's different. In longer games, when it's like 40 hours and you can miss something, I could totally understand people getting upset if they have objects that are completely missable on a run. I remember in this is an obscure reference, but if you've never played Golden Sun, Golden Sun is one of the best RPGs of the Game Boy Advance era. It is, and just overall, it is a quality JRPG. So if you like JRPGs, go check out Golden Sun. Anyway, there's an item in it in the first one. So basically the way the game works was you at the end of the first game, stuff happens, and then you finally catch up with the character you're chasing, and then the second game starts, and the second game starts, and you can put in, if you didn't have a cable to connect two games to transfer the data over from one cartridge to another, you had to put in this obnoxiously long code to copy everything over. So you like continue the game in a second cartridge, and then it's like another 40 to 50 hours of gameplay. But there's a particular item that maintains its usefulness throughout the entirety of the game, and you get it at the beginning of the first game, and if you miss it, you can't go back and get it. I remember not being aware of it, and then my friend just being super frustrated because he had already maxed out everything and he did not want to go back and get it. So, you know, it depends on the game. If you're gonna do something like that in your game, make a missable item. If the game length is super long, maybe don't do it. Or give them an opportunity later to catch it. Unless it's like an Easter egg or something like that, you know, that's fine. Aha! More lore. What is this otherworldly pestilence that infests the land, seeking out life in blind need for corruption? And where did the meteor that brought it originate? Was it crafted by alien hands, or is it a roving chunk of planet that suffered a violent end? Our minds quail in horror at the thought that long ago, in some corner of the universe, as yet unseen by our eyes, an entire planet was perhaps once coated with this great poison. Whatever cataclysm may have ruptured that doomed place must have been mighty indeed, and if other meteors from it spread through space bearing this evil to the far corners of the universe, we hold fast to the hope that this is not so, that the only surviving remnants of the evil are here on Talon 4. Then at least there is hope for this eradication. Yeah, I wonder if Retro Studios at this time had the full outline of the Prime games in their mind. You know, like did they have it planned out? Did they know that they were gonna make a trilogy here, or was it just they threw that in there and that kind of gave them the basis for the rest of the game from a story point of view? Or did they pull a Halo and Halo 2 was delayed because of artistic inspiration from the Halo team to basically convert the whole story into a much larger epic? Seek the Sky says, so a missable item that requires you to go back to the previous game state for any hopes to get it? I need to play Deltarune. Come on, change. Oh, I remember this place. This place has like a ton of different lore bits. It's got 3 over there. I think 3. Oh yeah. This is the Chozo lore episode. To the Entrusted One, if you read these words, then our hope has not been in vain. Your path is fraught with danger. Monstrosities beyond description lurk in the shadows, starving, hunting for prey, searching for ways to quench the poisonous urges that bloom in their brains. Some of these are shrewd, but they are blinded by their evil designs. Believing in the black promise of the great poison, they seek to harness it for their own ends. It is these last that are the greatest danger. When you rid the universe of these creatures, you will be the true and trusted one. That's the space. The space pirates. So again, like the whole prophecy thing, it was done before, and the prophecy idea in Metroid Prime here versus the prophecy idea in Metroid Prime 4 with the Lemorn, in that one they just come right out and say it. Like, you're the prophesied one, of course, that's why you're here. In Metroid Prime 1, it's way more subtle. Like, they don't actually say the word prophesied one, I think. They just kind of hint that they knew that Samus was going to show up at some point. I'm pretty sure I'm not wrong on that. None know if our temple, the Cradle, will prove powerful enough to contain this evil forever. For now, it wraps around that abomination, cutting it off from the world above. However, we believe the power or cipher, which has been produced by linking the 12 artifacts, should be strong enough. The fate of this world is now left to the one who will collect all the artifacts in the future. The time when the Entrusted One knows is approaching. Entrusted One instead of prophesied one. Many Chozo are gifted with a distant sight, and even more begin to learn it. As our harmonization with the universe becomes more and more complete, we peer forward, seeing prophecy and ripples in the water, hearing rumors of the coming days, on the breath of the wind. Though we celebrate the distant sight, many of these visions are dark. The worst of the prophecies and the most common tells of the coming of the worm. Born from parasites, nurtured in a poisoned womb, the worm grows, devouring from within until the world begins to rot. Not all the prophecies come to pass, but we cannot help but fear this dark portent. Our first mention of the final boss. I forget. What am I supposed to do? There's a puzzle in here to get up there. Can I get up there from here? I thought I could get this puzzle now, but maybe I'm wrong. Wait, is this? No. Oh, wait a minute. Cordite, yes! Haha! Oh. I knew it. Something behind this wall seems to have been activated. I thought that one was always drained. Maybe? I don't know. I don't know. Whee! Oh, so close. I think it was dry when I got here. Yay. Wrong room. Hey, New Game Plus. How's it going, man? Thanks for joining. The Chozo were fond of their pool houses. Oh, shoot. Yay! Nothing over there. All right. I always wanted to go up there. Oh, yeah. There we go. Chozo Ghosts. Chozo Ghosts, a spectral entity, bioelectrical field invulnerable to natural energies. These entities phase in and out of existence. The only way to track them is with X-ray scanning. Oops. It's shooting its Hadoukens at me. Let's get some lore. The scan visor calls the Chozo Ghost an aberration. Aberration. Alright. Things bound to earthly shapes are temporal and frail, existing in a single dimension. They are fragile, vulnerable, and ultimately mortal. However, not all things obey this law. Shapeless, they wait beyond the realm of perception, emerging only when one arrives who can feel their presence. Such is the will of the Chozo. Our will to defeat the evil seeping into the planet remains. We desire only to see the darkness meet its end. The will of the Chozo has no mind or reasoning of its own, though this will be the entrusted one's trial. It's the Force. What does aberration mean? It's like something that shouldn't be, right? Aberration. An aberration is departure from what is normal. Yeah, something that shouldn't be. Or expected, typically one that is unwelcome, strange, or temporary. So yes, they are aberrations. They don't make any sense. That's why it's canon that in the Metroid universe, the Metroid universe is not a strictly materialist universe. Spiritual stuff exists. Maybe. Ooh. Oh man, the plasma beam in this game is so cool. Much better in this game than in Prime 3. Ooh, save station, look at that. Or map station, excuse me. Yeah, the Chozo statue likes tempted bowling. He does. That's what that guy was known for. That Chozo specifically was known for his bowling skills. They're like, okay, we'll give him we'll give him a bowling function. He'll appreciate that. This is one of those instances where I think to myself, what was the what was the purpose of all these things in the Chozo society here? I know they had power armor, and well, did they? Did these Chozo have power armor because they were the ones to give up all technology? Well, obviously they didn't give up all technology, but how would they move around in a morph ball if they didn't have power suits? Okay. I think this is the only instance in a game where we see a force field like this. And now it's gone. Another copy-paste hallway that loads games as you walk through it. Close the game. This is the pool you're thinking of. And this is where you get the ice beam. Hang on, I just gotta blow up these toads that are just looking for something to eat. Whoa! Alright, I know there's a save point here, so we should probably hit that up before the game freezes. Why can't I get high enough to... There we go. Ah, okay, good. The cap at the bottom of the reflecting pool is made by telluric alloy instead of sandstone. Oh, interesting. Did they not... Is that the only time we see telluric alloy? Usually it is sandstone. I guess they were like, doesn't make sense to have sandstone at the bottom of a, at the bottom of a pool. And the ice beam's just chilling out here. Ice beam acquired. Nice. Ice, ice, baby. Do-do-do. I'm going in here. Alright, hang on. Going... okay, so that's Talon Overworld. And I believe this one over here is... somewhere else. Talon Overworld it's south. Oh, let's go this one. YouTube doesn't really want to keep up with the live stream. It's trying, man. It's trying, okay? I think it's better than it usually is. Usually it's like 30 seconds. It's because I'm multi-streaming. I think. I personally think that. Maybe someday I'll be an exclusive streamer to one platform. And I can just focus all my energy there. Oh, I don't think I can go up here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's like that cage thingy that I can't get through at the top. Bendesdom. Oh, I need the shoot. I need the power bomb. Is that the only purpose of this room? I thought. Oh yeah, there's a place over there that I'm pretty sure I can't get to without the X-ray visor, unless can I make that? I don't think I can make that. Maybe I can. Yeah! Nice. Not quite a sequence break, but, you know, it's there. I do like how they give you that option. You can see, like, if you're perceptive enough, you can see that the raindrops are hitting something. Makes the environment a participator in the gameplay. It's pretty cool. We did some things. Let's save it just in case. Chozo ruins again? Oh no, wait. This was Talon Overworld. Excuse me. I really do think that the Metroidvania genre and the survival horror genre are quite close together in that what makes one, there's a lot of things that can overlap gameplay wise, like especially the Metroid series. The Metroid series, I think, could lend itself well to a space survival horror. Maybe not as like gruesome as as Dead Space, but definitely moments of space horror I think could be worked in to some Metroid games. I think it has to do with the whole like isolating atmosphere of it. Like in survival horror games, you absolutely do need isolation to kind of make the player feel vulnerable. And you don't always need that in Metroidvanias, but I do think it is a staple of the Metroid series to be isolated, which is what people were a little upset about when it came to Metroid Prime 4. That isolation was gone. Sorry, buddy. Our first foray into the wrecked ship. I don't need to go there right now? I'm pretty sure I need to go in there and get something, don't I? You changed to orange. I'll wait a second to have your answer. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're supposed to go in there and then do stuff and then come out again. Right, yeah, I know that, but don't I have to go in first? I'm pretty sure I do. I could be wrong, but I don't want to waste everyone else's time. Don't remember any reason to go in early. I'm replaying it in my mind. Yeah, there is a spot where... No, I think I do need to go in here. I could be wrong. We'll see who's right. You might have a good I told you so moment. But I do think I need to go in here. This is the closest Prime 1 gets to survival horror. Like just the creepy downed ship. Very reminiscent of the downed ship in what do you call it? Super Metroid. No, open. Crabs. Forgot about these guys. Ah, that's what they do. Yep. And that's why this place is annoying. Oh, the music here. So soothing. Yeah, I think to get over there I need... Yeah, I think actually... Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, I don't think I can get over there unless I have the, Oh, no, wait a minute. Pretty cool. Can I hit all these from up here? I think I need to hit... Hope I don't run into a Dianaga. Also, isn't... Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right, See the Sky. That's the only... I can only get to that spot once I have the gravity. You were right. I was wrong. I think it's because, like, I remember... They want you to be in this place. Oh, there's another... Oh, it's probably up there. Yeah, they want you to come here and then fail to get up there. Yeah. Unless... Oh wait, maybe I can do this. We'll see. Open. Save. I love the small details of the fish having like heat signatures. It's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah. I think this is where you need to turn around. Yeah, I don't think you can get up there without the gravity. It's like they reward you for coming this way. Like, good job, kiddo. Yeah, here it is. Progress hit by liquid environment. Yep. Yep, you were right. But it's like they like spit you out there, you go explore it, and then they're like, okay, well, here's an energy tank for your trouble, kiddo. The only underwater safe spot in the series. Oh, interesting. I can't think of another one, yeah. Still though, I love this area. I have a love-hate relationship with it. It's kind of like... Oh, bird o'clock. The atmosphere is... with the music and everything is awesome. I need to just put on this soundtrack and just kind of relax. That wasn't a, you know, I guess that was kind of a waste of time. Sorry everyone. Shoulda listened to Seek the Sky. He and New Game Plus are the masters of the Metroid Prime trilogy. But I did get an E-Tank. And now I don't have to do those puzzles again. Yeah, I think it was because in the first couple playthroughs of me doing this when I was a kid, I would always go into the in here and then remember, oh, that's right, I need I need the gravity suit first. Hopefully that's my biggest mistake of the run. I love the ice shatter combo. Phazon's leaking out there. Unusual gravity patterns have been realized. Gravity chamber in the Phendrana region. In the Phendrana region, no less. I'm pretty sure there's a... Isn't there a missile expansion somewhere over here? Maybe it's behind the ship. It's like on the ground or something. You just kind of roll into it. Yeah, right there. I think that's it. Whee. I did check those out. I was wondering, Seek the Sky, you should you should split them up. So like, oops, sorry. So take one version of it, or take the final Infinity Gauntlet that you got, and then divide half of the powers into one Infinity Gauntlet, and the other one into another Infinity Gauntlet. And then we can have arguments about which one would beat the other. And then you could set up a... you could set up like a tournament bracket. So if you made a bunch of them, like which Infinity Gauntlets would beat other Infinity Gauntlets. And then we can figure out which one would be the most powerful. Chozo Ruins West. Magmoor Caverns. I think if we go to Magmoor Caverns, that's the fastest way. Yes, it is. Like, aside from the whole, like, you'd have to have some like measurement of powers kind of cancel each other out. Like if you have all the Infinity Stones in one Infinity Gauntlet, that has to be canceled out by an equally larger cosmic power. And then we can argue about if the two cosmic powers are actually like comparable. You know? Like, I don't think the Force... Well, I love the Force. I don't think it's comparable to the powers of the Infinity Stone. But it's better than, like, having a Yu-Gi-Oh! Holodeck on there or something like that. See, this guy says the Infinity Gauntlet mashups aren't even my own creation. Someone named the Geek Reaper named the Geek. Oh, as well as that sword monstrosity. Oh well, no, that won't stop us from arguing about which one's cooler. Not cooler, but better. Kind of like the Ultimate Showdown. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the channel, but Mauler, he has a channel, EFAP. Every Frame of Pause. They had a really long video or 2 parts to it where they did the Ultimate Showdown, and he threw in like characters from all over fantasy and genres and whatever, and you know, grouped them together obviously so that there'd be some fair matchups, and then he and his buddies just basically argued about which ones would win in a fight. But the way it worked was it was kind of structured. Like, every fight was 3 rounds. The first round was basically like you plop the 2 characters in an arena together with none of their kit. So like, if you put Darth Vader without his without his lightsaber versus like Indiana Jones without his whip, who would win? And then, well, that's probably not a good example. And then the next round was basically they get their basic kit, like what they're known for. And then the final round was them at like max power. And then they would just argue about which characters would win in fights. It's quite entertaining. We could do something like that with Infinity Gauntlets. Or we could do something like that with basically like weapons from video games, things like that, like the Master Sword versus the Keyblade, which would win? The Ultimate Showdown of Ultimate Destiny. Yep. That came out for me when I was in high school. I remember it was junior year of high school. Ultimate. So long ago. That was 2023, I believe. With Mr. Rogers winning at the end. And it took like 1 million people to take down Chuck Norris. Sorry, not 2020. 2003. Yes, thank you. Yes, I'm only 19 years old. I don't know if you could tell by the receding hairline. 2003. Thank you. See, okay, I'm gonna overanalyze that exercise of like arguing about which characters would beat other characters. All right, you ready? All right, oh, man, I should have gone in the other way. Yep, I should have done that. Dang it. But that exercise of like analyzing canonical versions of characters to see which ones would beat other ones, I do feel like it you know, it's like interpretations of characters and how strong they are and whatnot exist for sure. But, you know, there's a limit to some things. It's like when people try to tell me that they think they think that like when did this come out? Like the big argument when the first image of the Legend of Zelda movie came out, and Zelda was holding a bow, and then, or when Echoes of Wisdom came out and people were like, should Zelda have a sword? That kind of thing. It's like comparing those two characters with like physical prowess, which would win in a fight. You know, it depends. It's like if they both have a sword, Link wins for sure. And arguably Link wins all the time because he's able usually to defeat Ganondorf, or at least a version of Ganondorf on his own, without Zelda's help until the very end. You know, that kind of thing. It helps keep the characters consistent. If you're willing to kind of entertain the idea that they should be consistent and they should have limitations to their powers, and every character you can't beat every other character just because you like them. What is something was like pushing me the wrong way. Or my controller was messing up. Yeah, what is... Oh, it's the she-goth. It's like pounding the ground. I didn't know they could do that. Yeah. Thank you. Now I have that song stuck in my head. Get up the grey and get up the white and Monty Python and the Holy Grail's back night. That's something like Vito Mussolini, Jambi the Cowboy Curtis, and Jambi. My favorite is Bill S. Preston and Theodore Logan, Spock the Rock, Doc Ock, and Hulk Hogan. Sorry, the Prime Hack controls are switching beams is also mapped to switching visors, which is why when I switch beams I also switch visors, so sorry about that. Spock, the Rock, Doc Ock, and Hulk Hogan all came out of nowhere lightning fast. Let's see, do we have time to get to the Phazon mines? We got about 10 minutes. About these things. There's an invisible one later in the mines, and I was always wondering if you could scan it, but you can't. Can't scan it. Try to self-destruct me. Seek this guy says, anywho, I'm hoping to get 50 peeps on my Discord server specifically for Infinity Gauntlet and Mashups. Well, post a link, and if you haven't done so already, feel free to draw from my Discord, which I know I'm not as active in as I should be, but feel free to do that. Seek this guy. Maybe someday I'll join you on yours as well. But I don't know if you guys caught any of the Oh shoot, do I need the... No, I don't need the grapple beam, do I? Oh no, that's just for that. Okay, good. It is official. I will be starting a new job at the end of the month. So there is the possibility of some late nights which might mean streams have to get cut here and there. But yeah, things gonna get busy pretty quick in a few weeks. So we'll see how it goes. Like the music here. Is this the right way? Deep Lake Zone. Oh, I remember this. Hey, I'm back here. Would you look at that? Ow. These subsonic things. Thingamajiggers. Aha! Oh yeah, I forgot about these guys. They're like fake Metroids. Gotta hit these things at the right angle. I'm not mistaken, I believe this is a save room. They are real Metroids, okay. Guess I should have scanned it. Alright, what are we doing here? Need to go that way. Remember that this part is, I always remember it being a little convoluted to get the gravity suit. Just like the cramped space of the next room. Or the next two rooms, excuse me. Not this one. Okay. This is Phendrana's Edge, yeah. Yep. You gotta come back here later, I think. I do think it's a little weird that these... Again, this is such a nitpick. These shark enemies are in two different biomes. One's like a tropical rainforest area, and this one's the Arctic. You know, this doesn't really make much sense from a biological perspective, but you know, it is what it is. So many big caverns in this part. Forgot. Can't get up there until I get the grapple beam. Yeah, isn't there a Chozo artifact in Phendrana's Edge? I think there is. Yeah, this room. Oh, it's kind of weirded me out. Smile for me. These look like something out of Metroid Prime 2. Come on. Why can't I get up? There's a possible link between the Hunter Metroids and the Metroid Hatchers. Oh yeah, they do look the same. I didn't really like fighting those things. Metroid Hatchers are just not really fun to fight. Gravity suit. The purple look. Purple mode activated. I always like the color combo. Biology gallery unlocked for purchase. Look at that. Yeah, now I'm cooking with gas. How do I get out of here? There we go. These things again? Jeez. Use your gravity feature, Samus. Is that a real line in Other M? Does he actually say that? Nice. Oh, wait a minute. Did I miss something? Wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, exactly. Wouldn't be surprised. All right. Also, in Space Pirate Base in Phendrana, there are a few Alpha-type Metroids that are mildly stronger than ordinary Talon Metroids and stay frozen for half the time. Oh, did not know that. so annoying. Well, not really. They're kind of annoying. How do I get out of here? Alright. Where am I going here? I'm gonna go save. Because it is about that time. Alright guys, made a lot of progress today. It was great. Seek the Sky New Game Plus. Thanks for hanging out, as always. Have a great weekend. Monday we'll pick up with some Pal World. Eventually Metroid Prime and other games will shift over to the 3-day slot, so we'll have 3 days of other games and then maybe Pal World some mixed in there because that's a longer game. But eventually Pal World will end, so don't worry. But I am considering Skyward Sword. And, you know, of course, Undertale, so we'll see. We'll see what we do next. But anyway, thanks for hanging out. Check out the Discord if you're new to the channel. Give me a like, give me a subscribe. I really appreciate it. Leave a comment. And, yeah, have a great Friday, everyone. I'll see you later.